So I'm guessing this is going to be sitting in the pit of everybody's stomach since the headlines dropped this morning. Are we going to war? Because if you've listened to the government today, you might be thinking, maybe. You might also be wondering if they even know. This morning, the UK government confirmed it knew about the US strikes on Iran before it happened. We weren't asked to be, but we knew.
Oh, so we are not and have not been involved in these attacks, but as the US is a key ally,
That's a different thing.
informed.
That's the answer to a different question. I was asked, did we know it was going to happen, and if so, when?
Yes, we did know.
So here's the question. If you know something's coming, you've moved military assets to the region, you're running Cobra meetings like their team briefings, but you're still telling the public to stay calm, what exactly are we preparing for?
But there have been extensive preparations both in the region and within the government. Numerous Cobra meetings. I've been involved in some of those because of how dangerous a situation this is. But I want people to have some reassurance that we've been preparing for all of these eventualities, though I know it will be disconcerting this morning.
OK. Should, just very quickly, should British citizens be worried in the region for their own safety?
I think realistically, when you have a conflict, they will, of course, be worried, but I want them to be reassured that we're doing everything we can. They are our first priority, to keep them safe, to get them out, to follow all instructions. But please register your presence if you're in the region and you haven't yet done so.
Because the truth is, British nationals are already being told to register their presence in conflict zones. Evacuation flights are being discussed, not if, but when. And we're hearing words like hours, not days. That's not the language of diplomacy. That's the language of get out while you still can. And here's where things get messier. When asked if we would assist in future strikes, whether using the RF bases in Akatori or Diego Garcia, the government doesn't say no. They say, well, it's hypothetical. Except it's not. Not when the airspace is shut, not when troops are already in motion, not when you're being asked on a national television if Israel counts as a military ally. And the best you can offer is, well, that's complicated.
If we are asked, for example, as you say, to allow American forces to fly further sorties from British bases in the Mediterranean or Diego Garcia, or, for example, as has happened in the past, for our forces to fill in behind the American forces that are diverted to attacks on Iran, will we say yes?
It's difficult to comment on hypotheticals, but I would say, first of all, that we have moved British assets, British military assets, to the region, and we will take all actions necessary to defend our own interests, our own people, and, of course, that of key allies if they are under threat.
This isn't just ambiguity, it's a government trying to thread a needle between plausible deniability and quiet consent. And that's what makes this moment so dangerous. Because the British public doesn't want a war. They don't want to wake up one morning to find they've been dragged into another decades-long quagmire because someone didn't say no when they had the chance. So, are we going to war? No one's saying it out loud. The military is on standby, the planes are being readied, and the excuses, they're already being rehearsed.
When we say we would defend key allies, we would not, for example, go to Israel's aid militarily.
Look, again, it's too hypothetical a question to speculate.
Well, it's not hypothetical, it's what's happening.
Well, I think what is clear is, having taken this action, the US wants to see people around the negotiating table on a solution. As I say, there are no circumstances where this country could allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. That action has now been taken. The diplomatic solution has not been taken by the Iranians on this occasion. But we need to work out a way forward from this.